Hey everybody,
I'm Adam.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will.
And we are Working Title
Young Midoriya.
Shoto!
Oh, yeah! We back!
And we back.
Baby, what episode is it? It's Izuku, Midoriya, and Tomura Shigaraki. This is episode 18. It's My Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time we learned about the hellish Todoroki family and Toya's past and Hawks. The top three heroes have now coming together to
Fix this.
The first thing that they want to do is talk to that guy right there on screen.
Deku.
Deku.
They want to know what he has to do with All for One.
Mhm.
Or One for All, rather.
One for all.
So, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you're feeling about this season so far. If you've not already left comments in previous videos, check out the Patreon. You might find some shows over there that would be including Cyberpunk, Death Note, and an exclusive Tokyo Ghoul with me and Adam. Check that show out while you can. Get it first, and we're gonna punch it. Love you guys.
Bow!
Ouch.
I can feel it. The vestige of me that lives within One for All.
Right.
Inside you. Right now.
You're
You
conversing.
must be talking with the previous wielders.
What's going on? What happened to everybody else?
I think I would like All Might to get more of that, like, what if he could get some of the other abilities? Because he never tapped into it. That might be able to help him a little bit.
He said he's never seen any
We
of the
need to have
vestiges.
ourselves a talk before you wake up.
Yes, sir.
Alright, number 4.
The Council. Oh my god, they're revealed.
Why
Who are
they're
the other
facing
two?
wall.
Apologies. The timing's not ideal.
They didn't time out?
Fate has brought us here. Oh, please.
They're just trying
it's
to not
just
show
bad
us.
luck this is happening now.
Banjo, you spoke to him before, yes?
These are the people
Is
I
that
wanted
All Might?
to
Yeah.
know.
You remember the gold one?
Yeah.
That's the one I wanted to
They're in
see.
my dreams again.
Maybe not. Maybe the two other seats are All Might. Oh no, the two guys are sitting
Remember
facing
the
the
gold
wall.
one? The gold one is the coolest looking one.
The guy facing the concrete is
Bakugo.
Sandcastle.
Gara.
Gara.
Gara. Listen, if the golden guy's not All Might,
It looks just like him.
it does. It does. Maybe it's like it's not showing him because he hasn't joined them yet. He hasn't
Right,
I
died.
think
Like he
that's
hasn't.
what it
They're dead, yeah.
He hasn't died. Like he hasn't
Yeah.
filled the spot. Oh, dude, that's so exciting.
I know. We've been wanting this for a while.
About time.
Yeah. I loved, we were watching this intro when you weren't here, Will. And Sam was like, if that doesn't happen this season, I'm gonna rage quit.
Wait, what's
This is whole fight.
this
Yeah,
is
that
also-
whole fight right there.
You know this right there. They both do their season 2 move.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bakugo does the torpedo and Shoto does the
Howitzer burst.
Yeah.
Impact.
yeah. So that's great. And ironically, instead of a concrete superhero, it's just concrete Shigaraki at the center.
Yeah.
At first, we could only talk to you when we found cracks in your consciousness. But we're not limited to those moments anymore. The reason is related to my power, which you now hold. About 4 months ago, it suddenly began to grow at a rapid pace.
It's a Dragon
As a
Ball.
result of this acceleration, the previous wielders, the figures you see in front of you now,
4 months ago? What was 4
Yeah,
months
my
ago?
brother forcibly
Season
pulled
5.
us into. It's now far easier for us to appear before you.
Don't you worry. We'll still give you plenty of privacy if you know what I mean. You
explain that.
You don't have a mouth in here.
Right. Back then. Now it feels like my mouth's starting to take shape.
Dang! I can almost understand what you're saying. Allow me to explain.
Big man. That's a big fella.
Looks like Jack the Ripper from Black Clover.
My name's Hikage Shinomori, and I was One for All's fourth wielder.
The fourth wielder's quirk was the ability to sense danger.
It was kind of a shock, to be honest.
Haha, pun intended.
It's strange that I didn't sense you'd be using danger sense, since it is my quirk.
Makes a lot of sense.
Number 4's a weird one. He got tired of everyday life, so he started living in seclusion like a hermit.
Mine was a terrible era. The rest of society was strange, not me. Were you informed of how I died and how old I was at the time?
That's actually pretty cool.
40. Wow, I can almost hear him
Didn't
too.
mention specifics in his notes. Actually, I'm pretty sure he crossed out the important details.
We discovered I died of old age.
But
At 40?
he was so young.
We only found out because Yagi looked into the matter.
Mm.
What this fact leads us to believe is that One for All can't be wielded safely by an ordinary human being. I'm second only to Yagi in terms of users who lived with the quirk the longest. For 18 years, I spent my days training and building up the power as best I could, avoiding All for One. I always knew I didn't stand a chance of defeating him myself.
Like the Sith, they build in secret.
As time passed, cracks began appearing on my body.
Cracks?
Perhaps I wasn't training
Like him.
or that I contracted some unknown disease. The natural causes that killed me were due to the multiple quirks inside my body. It drastically shortened my lifespan.
Wow.
Why is it in Japanese?
Yagi is fully aware of what a burden it is to carry One for All. A burden that you'll have to deal with. We don't have a proper sample size. Most of us didn't have the power long. We died in battle. All Might was quirkless.
Yeah.
Yes. Yagi may still be alive, but as he gathered information, we took what he learned through the piece of him that exists inside of One for All. A person's consciousness is etched into their quirk factor. So why is Yagi's vestige here, even though he didn't have an ability of his own? We always thought a piece of a user ended up inside of One for All because of the power they were born with. More precisely, that the consciousness of every wielder after me lived on because their quirk factors were added to my One for All. Yagi being the exception. Think of one's ability to hold a quirk as a glass. If it's not empty when they inherit One for All, it overflows, eating away at your lifespan. Yagi was able to use One for All over the course of 40 years because his vessel was empty at first. My cultivated power fit perfectly, and it became his true quirk. By some twist of fate.
You want to pause it?
There is a caveat. You could pass it on to another quirkless person, but they're like an endangered species, few and far between these days. It's not something we could have known in the beginning.
You get what this means, kid? You might be the last person who wields One for All.
Wow.
Is that a good thing or a scary thing?
Means he has to win.
Yeah.
And now the real question. Izuku, tell us, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki?
Cue the man himself.
Why not All for One?
I'm gauging your resolve. When you saw that boy's face, we feel your emotions. So we know what was ringing through your head in that moment of desperation.
The
Invasion of
problem
privacy.
is, the rest of us had a completely different take on the situation. We know All for One was inside his head, which was causing Shigaraki pain, yeah. But in that moment, it didn't seem like he wanted to be saved. Me and N, my junior here, we both ended up facing All for One, but we managed to keep him from stealing the power from us. Because in order to make One for All surrender, you gotta come at it with a passion that surpasses the quirk's incredible power. No person can produce such an overwhelming will alone. Our best guess is All for One's trying to use Shigaraki's hatred as a booster.
Okay.
At the heart of the quirk inside of you is a grit that refuses to yield to that monster, despite his strength.
I know it's not fair to tell you this after explaining you can't abandon your power. But Tomura Shigaraki is my grandson. I left my family to fight All for One. If that monster manages to fully awaken, no one will be able to stop him.
I mean, they already
You
could.
can't make him see reason or offer him forgiveness. Some people are simply beyond redemption. And I believe Tomura is one of them.
Wow.
So if you think he looked like
That's
he wanted to be
unfortunate.
saved,
Damn.
ask yourself, in the end, will you have the resolve necessary to kill him?
That guy's cool.
Do we know the red guy's quirk?
No.
He looked like he was in trouble.
He looks like he's in trouble.
That's what it
Mouth.
felt like.
That's what it felt like.
I know how hard he focuses on his dream. In the depths of that hatred, I could sense a lost child.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
The thing is, I never found out why they ended up becoming villains. What caused all their anger?
Yeah.
If I had known.
But even look at that shot.
Still, One for All isn't a power meant to do harm. It's a power meant to save.
True. Let's go,
That's something I
Midoriya.
learned from All Might.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's not just me. This thing you've cultivated through blood, sweat, and tears has encouraged countless people to become better versions of themselves over the generations.
That's what it's meant
Even
for.
if it's evolved into something that's
Nice!
what you've done. One for All has taken on another purpose in this world.
Look at that. He better be crying in the
I don't know
hospital.
what I should do, but
Yes.
I want to save that little kid.
That's great. Yeah.
Well, they're gonna lose faith in him.
Well, we got
And
two
that's
nods
why
of
we'll
approval.
follow your lead.
Aww.
That's 2 votes of confidence.
This was a test, for which I apologize.
Okay.
Gran Torino is alive. When you wake up, tell him I said hello.
How cool is that?
Sorahiko. We made a mistake those many years ago.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yet somehow, we were still blessed with the most amazing students.
So she didn't really want to kill
You
Tomura
two better
either.
start helping out.
I was like,
You can't just
damn.
ignore us. We need your cooperation to unleash One for All's full potential.
So those two are not.
Not cooperating.
Yeah, for
I
what
know
it
what you're
hurts.
saying. My master's regrets. The exact details may be hazy, but the information is flowing through me.
That's so weird that he
Never
like
once
knows
purpose.
what's going on.
Now look at you.
It's awesome.
Oh
Nice
no!
to meet you, All Might.
You're Hawks, right?
Let's skip the intros so I can get straight to the important stuff. Is Midoriya going to recover?
Yes, he'll pull through this.
He was
should
crying.
be conscious soon.
Yeah.
But he's not the only reason you're here.
This is about Midoriya and One for All. And Endeavor told us that
Why
as
in
the
the
battle
hallway
progressed,
talking about this?
Shigaraki was targeting Midoriya,
They should
a
be
mere UA student.
in private.
I'm trying to get the full picture.
I just don't think they know
Because
it's a
from now
private
on,
matter.
We're not just
Well, he
fighting
stepped
villains.
out.
We are also battling public sentiment.
Things have changed so much, so quickly. And these two aren't the types to back down. We should talk somewhere private.
Okay.
I'll tell you everything.
It's been 3 days since the incident.
They should include it.
With every passing hour,
Well, actually,
there's more
no.
pain.
He
But
needs to
despite
recover
this,
A little
well.
shaky.
I
a
don't
little
think
shaky.
everyone wants. People
Oh,
want to
boy.
feel safe. They need somebody to
Yeah.
put their faith
Damn,
in.
that's the same thing I thought.
Dabi is indeed my oldest son, Toya Todoroki. I can't deny what he spoke is the truth. I stand before you to apologize for my misdeeds.
Endeavor talked to the press at length about his family's ugly past and asked the world to forgive him.
Oh man, that's the end of his pro career.
Dude,
That's
he should've
great.
denied it. That was
He
great.
should have
guy.
denied it's funny.
You're saying that he didn't lie, but he did!
He's right. Vestiges is alive, which refutes Dabi's claims that Hawks murdered him.
Yeah!
Vestiges was made to look like he was dead. And that's how I infiltrated their ranks. But the rest of the awful things Dabi mentioned are correct for the most part. My father's identity. I apologize for hiding the truth about my origin. I know now that it was a mistake. I thought I had no other choice but to keep him out of the fight.
Sometimes
If he
it
had
happens.
activated
I mean,
his
they're
quirk,
trying to
the
kill.
damage would have been unimaginably worse than it already
Yeah.
was.
Like, what are we
I
talking
didn't want
about?
to bring him in for his crimes. But in the end, his concern for his fellow League members forced the issue.
I've got a question.
Whoa.
In the chaos caused by Gigantomachia, my own mother was seriously injured. Do you really think apologizing and saying you feel bad fixes anything?
So you want me to kill the people that are trying to kill you, or what?
Understand how much you screwed up. It was the villains who did this, sure, but the only reason they were able to wreak havoc on such a scale is because of your mistakes.
Or because you don't want us to kill them?
Crying and carrying on. Would that make your mother better?
Huh? No, of course it wouldn't. But you could do something besides talk. Take care of the villains on the street. Be a hero.
That's how I will atone for my sins.
But right now,
There are fewer heroes in the field. We are no
What
longer
is
equipped
that?
to protect so many
What
citizens.
is he wearing?
With that in mind, after consulting with government officials, we'd like to announce that starting today, UA High and other schools with hero courses will be designated as emergency shelters. There should be plenty of space in these facilities. Students are
Aw,
already
look at that! We've never seen them together.
That's
cute.
No idea when we can go back. We're looking toward the future. Direct your blame and anger at me, but let us help you. Plenty of pros are still risking their lives for you. Again, I'll say watch me.
Yeah!
Let's go, baby.
Our champions are at a
I like this guy.
You get your ass
If a
together.
hero is someone
Get the
who
places
can know they
faster.
can call on and
Oh!
What? I didn't know who that was.
disappear
That was
in a day.
Mountain Lady.
Oh, okay.
Even so,
He's got hair!
He's got an eye patch.
Whoa, I need to...
Leaves.
That was so
Leaves.
much.
Yeah.
That was cool. Fuck you, dude.
Guys, this is super bad! Look! I had a letter from Midoriya on my door!
Yeah, we know. Us too. What is this?
Uraraka,
Holy crap.
thank you
Oh, wow.
so much.
I love
It's time
you.
for you and the rest of our class to know everything. So I'm writing letters to try and explain. My quirk is a power passed on to me from All Might.
He's telling everybody now.
Shigaraki
Fuck,
were one of
man!
So
No!
they're coming after me. The last thing I want is danger. And it's dangerous to be near me. So I'm leaving UA.
Great
Oh!
music, too. Holy
Being in the
shit.
Air Force and meeting everyone in Class A. Goodbye.
He's leaving the school.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Rogue Deku time.
heroes are
Well, can't call it my hero anymore.
Here we go.
Academia.
There he is.
Yeah, buddy. Put it on.
He's become Batman.
Yeah,
Looks
man.
like a huge villain.
Yes! Come on!
I don't know what that says.
Oh.
Oh.
Man!
Oh. Let's go!
Fantastic.
Yeah. Liking this show.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do you think?
Do I think? I don't think really often.
neither.
I just kind of just... Speaking of not being able to think properly, I was kind of getting lost at the original explanations of the first half of the conversation, like the first 5 minutes between all the wielders. So just to like start things off, Deku did go and get to see the round council. Everybody's on their thrones, and the majority of them are in seats, but 2 of them are shunned or like
They're not shunned. I
backs
think.
turned.
I think that they briefly mentioned at some point like needing to unlock One for All fully.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume that those guys are just harder to unlock. You know what I mean? Like maybe standard, like you know, the day Deku gets passed down the quirk, the chairs are all there, and All Might's sitting there by himself, and the rest of them are all just facing the wall, just waiting. Or well, him and then All for One's brother. Maybe they're both just sitting there, and then as they become more aware, wake up, I don't know. Maybe in the spirit they have to be involved
Fair.
or present, or maybe as the powers unlock, they get.
But then why be there?
Well, that's
where they reside. It's
one of
where
the
they're-
one of the options I was gonna give is they're like literally mentally linked. All these people.
They are.
So the reason I said shun is like the first 2 people. What if they weren't like good people?
That's what I thought. Or like, what if they failed?
Or something happened.
Yeah.
They betrayed. Like they.
Like
imagine I give the promise to you of hey, let me tell you about this thing I have.
I'm gonna go do something
and then you
else.
just not take it.
Right.
But then somehow it gets back to the good people, and then hey, now all our minds are together. These guys just do not function how we function. They refuse to listen, so we gotta like oust them now that we have the majority vote kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
don't make it. They didn't make it seem that way at all. Like, oh, these guys back here are not fucking with us. That's not really it. I just think that they're not, for whatever reason, they are not mentally there.
They could be related too. They have similar outfits. Other than the hair, they have like a similar, almost militaristic uniform that they got going on.
Yeah.
The reason I also thought of Naruto is they look like Kakashi's the one everybody likes.
Yeah.
Looks like Kakashi's outfit.
It's a vest that a lot of characters wear in this show.
It's like a dark undergarment.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what it takes to start to get to that section of the story. We technically confirmed ourselves. Yeah, we did get confirmation today because of the tears that it was All Might, the big glowing one, which we weren't sure completely about prior. And we have saw more time with the red guy. We don't know what his power is. And then we got the highlight with, don't know what his normal name is, but the lightning guy.
Yeah. Spidey senses. Yeah.
And so I guess where my confusion is, so they're saying that people who already had quirks that were given the passed down trait, it just doesn't function as well as
it breaks their body.
It shortens their lifespan.
It does.
It shortens their lifespan.
Basically, what's happening with Shigaraki, where his body was like basically falling apart, is what happens to these guys when they already have a quirk and then they get more quirks.
They showed the champagne glasses, and all of theirs were cracked except for All Might's.
Yeah.
His was a nice glass because he had no quirk.
Because there's nothing to like. There doesn't have to be chemistry that goes on while you're like you take it on. Or I guess I could explain it like, imagine you put two like intense chemicals together and it has a reaction. Eventually it'll dissipate and calm down, and that's when you can give it to somebody hand to hand, like put it in a jar and give it. But while it's in the new jar, like mixing, it breaks the bottle or breaks the wine glass.
Yeah, I mean, I think that what they were saying though, just imagine the wine glass has a top on it.
Yeah.
You know, half full, you pour it, and it's full, and then you're like, oh shit, there's not enough room. You take an empty glass, you pour it in there, it's like, oh shit, we're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they put a cap on it and the pressure breaks, whatever.
Right.
So
okay,
it's more so it's like you have 3 quirks, your capacity, like your body's capacity can hold 6, and then I gave you another 7, and now you die because you can't hold it. Whereas like Adam can hold 20 because he doesn't have any quirks and his body's just built for it. So I give him the 7. He's good.
Okay.
I'm built different.
And then what was the age part? Where did the age?
He was just saying they're all dying young because of this.
Yeah.
Okay. I died of old age at 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Or they died in battle. So like no one has, other than All Might, none of them have lived long.
Yep.
We're very lucky that they've been able to pass it before dying. We've been very lucky with that.
Yeah. I guess... and that's such a, like... How do you even figure that out? You know what I mean? That, like, oh, well... You know, All Might was so strong that it's like... When he finally was like, oh, yeah, I'm just getting weak, man. I can't do these fights as well anymore, so let me pass it on to you. Whereas, like, all these guys, they could have just walked outside and gotten fucking clapped. And then, like, oh, well, I guess I'm done. Mm-hmm. All for one is no more.
You never know when your last day is going to be. So, yeah.
It's wild that people without quirks, too, are, like, a rare breed. So they're like, yeah, technically, you're probably going to be the last one to wield this quirk.
Well, at the beginning of the show, it said 80% of the world had quirks.
Yeah.
And then
as you usually say, that we know of, right?
That we know of. I still like that other theory.
Yeah.
That everybody is.
But
even if that functions, even if that's a function... You would have to run with the theory now with this new lore dropping is that it's a lesser quirk that handles it best. Something that's not as... doesn't manifest as visually. But that now doesn't really work as much.
I thought it was interesting. Of those 5 at the round table, one of them didn't try to fight All for One. All the other ones tried to.
Right.
The green guy.
Well, it's wise
just
too.
hid.
Yeah.
He didn't think he could do it, I think he said.
Yeah.
So it's a wise choice.
Yeah.
You take a quirk that would be helpful, but it would be more useful with someone else who can do stuff with it. Like if you're Spider-Man, but you don't have the strength, but you have the spider sense. Okay, great.
Yeah.
You get shot with a couple guns. You can't dodge it with your human body.
Yep.
You can know that the bullets are coming, but you can't do anything. So it's best, I think, for him to have just lived a life of solitude. Honestly, though, I would have given it immediately to somebody else to like start training their body.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't have to wait 100 years to do this thing.
I was going to back it up and say maybe try to learn the other quirks because he was given the other quirks, but he said his body started to crack because
when he did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. That's why he has those scars on his eye.
Yeah.
But remember, too, like, none of them... had the quirks that long. Like,
Yeah.
none of them. It's not like they were all holding it. Like I know they say generations in the show, but I really don't think that they mean like it's been 300 years.
Yeah.
I have lived 1 to 80 and passed it on to a baby when I was 80. It's like
I'm thinking more 100 maybe.
Yeah, it was 100
with the amount that we have. So, something like that. Maybe a little bit over, maybe a little bit under, depending on how the stories went for these folk.
Well, let's start with All for One, because they said he's a little over 100.
Yeah, and that works. And then it's just a really, really special moments. I know we didn't react a whole lot during the first section because there was so much
information
thrown at us, and I didn't want to talk over it, especially with Deku
Mumbling. I was copying and pasting.
Right, and I thought, but everything, once it started to become more transparent, he could talk, it got really emotional really quick. He got tested by Nana about like what his intentions are, even with his like broken spirit right now, and it's like I still want to reach out to this kid. When I looked at him and saw that he was being like almost tormented, I saw a kid deep down struggling, and I like that what he said too. It wasn't just about him too. Like it was more of a self-reflection on like I never really thought of that with Stain. I never thought of that with Muscular. But like now I know, but like I guess that's when it started to turn with the magician guy. I can't remember his name. Gentle Criminal. I guess that was when the turning point is, and that cheers to me because it's one of my favorite scenes in season 4. Just shows that's one of the moments where Deku started to have more consideration for those kind of things, which ultimately helps because I'm more of the fan, just like I mentioned with Dabi, of the redemption type of arcs, if it's possible. And I really like to see how those stories can progress, especially when you got crazy people like Dabi and Shigaraki of all people. And yeah, test passed. Deku's still a go despite his new cowl he's wearing at the end of this. But oh man, All Might crying and seeing
I almost started crying.
Dude, seeing baby Deku, instead of reaching out to like Bakugo, reaching out to little baby, just murdered doggy Shigaraki. Yeah. Forgot about the Doge. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Doge.
Yeah, beautiful overall.
Yeah.
And then the second half was great too.
Yeah.
Just spending time outside. All Might now has to face the truth out loud with people who are coming to investigate. So much for the private meeting with the pro heroes, because Deku took the opposite route. He was like, yeah, so he didn't say about the... Did he go into detail about the power?
He did.
That people just want his power.
He said All Might passed... My quirk is a stockpile quirk that was passed down from All Might.
Yeah.
And All for One is after me.
Alright.
So for your safety, deuces.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
But I think the strat worked, because they ended up, like, the pro heroes, before Deku's section, the pro heroes took the newly found info. They went to a press meeting. They didn't share that part explicitly at all, but they had a more of a come out type of meeting.
For everything else.
For everything. Like,
and their plan of, like, what they want to do next at this stage in, the Hero Society.
Yeah.
Which is good. And, I mean, in fairness, as long as, like... I don't think the 1A students are going to share, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to go run around and be like, hey, Deku is the strongest, whatever. But, luckily it's just the 3 heroes, the 3 top heroes that know about it. And, Gran Torino, of course. And does Aizawa know or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think he does, yeah.
But
yeah, because
he always include him.
He always questioned like why All Might was so interested in Deku.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
I just gotta say, I know, dude, the people drive me nuts in this show. I don't understand. Like, okay, they are the protectors of the nation, but we're not talking about petty criminals and like thugs that just doing stuff like doing normal criminal activity. We're talking about like a full-on war assault. Monsters devastating cities, and you're upset that one of the heroes had to kill somebody?
Yeah.
Like, what are we even talking about? Like, I know this is like, they don't care to go into those things, but like, alright. It sounds like the people that are like, oh yeah, war shouldn't happen. Yeah, but what if other people start waging war on you? Like, eventually, are you saying we should just punch the bad guys and hope that they don't shoot us? I mean, I'm sorry, that's not a realistic society.
Well, it seemed like that lady specifically was more mad about the fact they lost.
Yeah, that's what she was upset about. That heroes should be perfect and they always win, and this is the first time it's a big L.
Well, and the fact that normal people are suffering because of what they have done.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the same, but it's kind of similar to like the Civil War argument. You know what I mean? Where it's like heroes go out and do these hero things to protect us, but then they ultimately end up like, you know, they fucked up. If they could have done their job better, Gigantomachia doesn't run and destroy half the fucking country.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I get that too.
That's their... I think that's what that one lady's biggest...
But at the same time, he was stopped from doing even more damage. They could think like that.
Yeah, no one ever thinks like that.
No, they
Even
don't.
in real life, no one thinks like that. They're like, you didn't stop this, so this is all your fault.
In the end, the bad guys lost and retreated.
True.
Heroes lost as well.
Pretty bad.
It was a stalemate.
But that's how that went, and Dobby's loving it on his couch, just soaking in the joy.
What a scumbag.
He's so annoying.
He is such a scumbag.
I mean, we'll get around to him one day, but I think he'll just be Dobby for now on. And then we got quick shots of a couple heroes as well. Aizawa's got an eye patch, hell yeah.
Kamui has leaves.
Got leaves for
He's
hair.
got leaves, his hair.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Sure. Why leaves?
I freaked out.
Why leaves?
Yeah, I'll explain that right now. I said leaves in my mind. I thought feathers because they looked like feathers. Because they reminded. Well, I know, but they remind me of Hawk's
feathers. Yeah.
So even though I'm saying leaves, I was thinking feathers.
Yeah. I freaked out because somebody was holding Midnight's mask, and I for some reason thought that was Midnight. But you're right. It's Mount Lady.
Yeah.
I thought it was Midnight.
What was that red gunk like bursting out of her face?
Probably Scar.
It wasn't even. I don't even think it was like on her face. It was like it looked like
She was holding her mask. Midnight's mask.
Oh.
It wasn't red though.
Okay, then I saw it wrong. And then who was the fourth person we saw? There was another person.
The bunny girl. What's her name?
Right.
Mirko.
She's just injured.
Yeah.
Oh, poor her with her twisted body.
Her arm's probably gone.
This part of her arm is gone.
She needs an attachment now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Support hero or support gear for a reason, right?
And that.
Sorry, my phone like
it's been going off.
Sam's very popular.
That's my family. Yeah, and then what else happened in the episode?
I like that. This is so irrelevant, but we also got to see Wash Machine. Them being like, yeah, we're making a comeback, and you could see their
tear.
Yeah, and they were all beat up.
She's like, yeah, somebody else can do my work again.
Yeah.
They couldn't make it to one job.
They're what, the number 6 hero or something?
Wait, no, that's the number 6.
That's why I'm giving such criticism, because this bitch is in like top 10.
Yeah, it's in the top 10.
Can't even show up to like a petty crime.
I don't believe that.
It's
number 6.
It is.
I don't know about 6. It's in the top 10.
Over top Aizawa. Over
top the samurai guy who retired.
Over top what's her name? The fingers that become suctions from season 1. The inflated or Fagum. Like how is Fagum not over her?
Yeah.
Like what the hell is this? Midoriya. Like anyone. Yeah. Bakugo for Pete's sakes. Oh man.
I like him.
No.
I felt bad for him last episode when the civvies were throwing shit at them.
Listen, they might have done well in their past, but since they're only showing us that as one of the only scenes we get, that's trash. That's ratio 0 and 1 for me. It's not a good start. No. People die. Screw you. And then what else? Is there anything else that happened?
We got to see Batman Deku. At the end.
Oh yeah, he revealed it to all the kids. Holy crap.
Dark Deku.
Holy crap. That's exciting.
Well, that's cool. He's going to be hunting I'm sure he's probably just going to be on the move so Shigaraki and the League don't find him.
Right.
And I'll probably just be taking out villains along the way.
Which to me doesn't make sense because Shigaraki has seen him and he has the quirk from the Pussycats.
Well, if he just stays in one building, they're going to know he's at UA High School. But if he's like on the move all the time.
True.
I'm just remembering from when Shigaraki was looking at all the stars moving from a long distance. Midoriya's was the biggest one.
Yeah, I know. But like even if somebody could see you from like a mile away, if you're gonna who knows? He could literally be in like the north and south of Japan every other day. Like he could just be constantly moving, so they can't track him or find him. Or rather, they're not gonna be like pounce on him and get him when he's, catch him lacking or whatever.
All right. Did random question? Did Toga end up joining up with their villain group again in the end, or did she stay away from them?
Never saw it. She just ran away.
I think we need to have an episode called Cult Stain, and have Deku in his new Stain attire.
Ripper.
Show up with Ripper.
Spinner.
I
keep fucking that up.
Spinner, Stain, and Toga, and just have a little powwow about our thoughts and feelings. If Stain can get to those two, we can have 3 more heroes added to the roster.
If he doesn't want to kill them.
Yeah. He hates heroes.
We'll see. Life is a little different now since Stain was in jail. Or since he was last out, I should say.
Stan's gonna fucking kill Toga.
He needs to meet...
kill her ass.
He needs to meet All Might first. Yeah. That's what I think needs to happen.
Also, I wanted to say something. I don't know if this is accurate. I thought of it not on the channel, but like the other day when I rewatched the OP for My Hero. Is that yellow thing around Deku supposed to be the cape for Nanashimura or Gran Torino because he's injured?
Torino was looking at a cape that was yellow on his table when he was in the hospital.
Well, now it doesn't really work with my theory, because my theory before sharing it today was Gran Torino dies and that's why he throws it on, but he's not dead.
No, he's not dead.
So now it's just on his neck. But I wanted to bring it last week, I just couldn't remember it. But
another thing, they opened up all hero schools to the public. If they don't feel safe, they can go there.
And all the families of the kids are staying there now too.
Yeah.
So Deku's mom, Deku's mom goes there. Deku's like, see ya.
Yeah.
Never gonna see you again.
I'm hyped about that. I love that the two moms are together.
Yeah.
And then don't forget, last episode, they're looking at heroes from all over the globe to come and help.
Yes.
Heroes from America and other
Hell
places.
Yeah.
There was those really cool silhouettes we got.
I'm ready to see some Western heroes.
American heroes.
Yeah.
It's just like knockoffs of like
Superman,
Batman or Iron Man.
That'd be fun.
Just like Thor.
I would dig it. I remember one of my first thoughts of the show, I was like, what is this show? Are they trying to just mock like America with all money? I was like, what is this? Like Texas Smash or whatever the hell. See you next week, guys.
Yeah.
Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, let us know your favorite moment from this episode. What was the most climactic, emotional peak for you? What are you excited for and what you think is going to happen? And we'll see you in the next episode. Punch it.
I can't believe that fucking thing is number 6.
I don't know if it's 6. It's in the top 10.
I don't care. That's enough for me. I don't care.
I quit. I'm done with this show.